Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Aaron Hilliard. Welcome to Mushroom Wonderland. On this video, I'm going to show you how to find and forage this beautiful mushroom known as the lobster mushroom. These sell for $40 a pound in the market, or you can find them free on a trail near you. It smells a lot like seafood and it's got that red color like a lobster. These grow all across the country. In fact, they grow around the world. So come with me on this episode to discover how to find and forage lobster mushrooms in your neck of the woods.
Welcome to Mushroom Wonderland.
Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Mushroom Wonderland. My name is Aaron Hilliard. I'm the Vice President of the local Mycological Society. And right now we're in the middle of July in the summertime and I'm finding lobster mushrooms. So if you're into wild edible mushrooms, these are some of the absolute best. And on this video, I'm going to show you how to find them, what kind of habitat they grow in, what they look like, and how to identify them. Let's go into the forest and find ourselves some summer lobster mushrooms. Mainly our forests here consist of evergreen trees like the Douglas fir or the western hemlock. These trees, these are the western hemlock, and they're really good mycorrhizal hosts for Russula mushrooms. And so if the host is out, which is the Russula brevipees, then we could be able to find some lobster mushrooms in this forest. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find some. So we're gonna go down this trail to a secret spot I know. I'm all about showing habitat, not necessarily exact spots. Story of teach a man to fish or give a man a fish. I'm not gonna give you a spot. I wanna teach you about the habitat. You could go find your own. That's the real treasure in mushroom hunting, is finding your own. It's so exciting. Where there's moisture, there's often mushrooms. So mushrooms definitely need moisture to grow. And right around here is where I have found some in the past. I think I see one. Can you spot it? Oh baby, look at right here. Boom, that is a lobster mushroom. So very bright, really obvious. Look at this. Wow. Can't mistake that, can you? Look at that guy. So it's letting off white spores. See all the white sporulation right there on the duff? Those are just billions of spores. What a beautiful bright mushroom. Not only are these good to eat, but they're also great for dyeing fabric with. So you can definitely use this and dye colors into your protein fabric like wool or silk. So what a cool find here in July. So this one's kind of buried, man, and they are fishy smelling. Look at that. Oh, baby. Beautiful lobsters. So these are primo. Look at that guy. That is a market-ready lobster mushroom. Man, there's a lot of them out here. Oh, and look, there's ghost pipe growing right here too. Monotropa uniflora. So if you know what a ghost pipe is, this is a monotropic plant, so it doesn't have chlorophyll, and it actually parasitizes the mycelium of the Russula brevipees, which just happens to be this host. So we've got a crazy bunch of symbiosis going on here. We have the fungus, which is attached to the roots of the trees, and then we have the ghost pipes, which are attached to the mycelium of the mushroom. Wow, look at that. And then we have a secondary parasite attacking the host mushroom, so the Hypomyces lactiflorum, and now we have a human who's picking these and carrying them through the woods to drop spores everywhere. So look at that vibrant color. Wow, so cool. Something else caught my eye. Look right in here. So there's moss, and it's very contorted, just pushing up through the duff. Look at that. Gorgeous. How beautiful are those? So primo summer lobster mushroom. Now just to be clear, it doesn't make a difference if you pluck these or if you cut them. I happen to pluck them because it's the easiest way to get the whole entire base out. They're valuable mushrooms and you want every little bit of them. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to cut this little dirt off so that it won't get mixed in with my mushrooms. And I'm going to throw those stem bases back into the wood. I mean, these guys are really kind of hidden here. Just really popping up out of the duff. Look at that. There's another. Man, look how bright those guys are. So this is where I'm just going to cut off these stem bases. See how solid and white that is inside? And I'm going to stick them in this little foraging bag. Now I can carry this around, drop spores in the woods. You can get one of these bags and one of these knives if you click that link in the description. Kind of hard to do one-handed, but I'm going to try to minimize the dirt. I can actually use the brush on this and clean off the caps before I put them in my bag. I'm really looking in forests with a lot of moss on the ground like this. The moss means moisture, and moisture means mushrooms. Holy smokes, would you look at that? Growing right alongside the trail, just as obvious as can be. This crazy orange blob is popping out of the moss. That is a beautiful lobster mushroom. Delicacy, absolute culinary delicacy to be finding these right now. So very exciting. And you can see that's growing right next to the trail. Anybody could just stumble upon this. But, you know, if you don't know what it is, then you ain't picking it. But if somebody else sees it and they discover that this, is a good spot for mushrooms. Now check this out. This is a good example of a shrimp. I noticed this dirt was kind of pushed up, and underneath it, sure enough, there's a mushroom hiding under that shrimp. Look how easy that would have been to miss. How cool. Nice little pair of mushrooms growing right together on the side of the path. In the summer of 2023, lobster mushrooms are here. Let's do a quick rundown on what kind of plants are growing right around these lobster mushrooms. So we have the sword fern. These are really big and they're pretty much evergreen. These are everywhere around here. Really, really common hardy fern. This stuff is called salal. It's picked agriculturally for flower arrangements and stuff. It has these oval shaped leaves. These guys are called wood ferns or bracken fern. And it's a lot more herbaceous than your sword fern. This stuff right now is in bloom around here. Has these serrated single leaves. This is called ocean spray. These big huge trees are called Douglas fir trees. If you don't know what a Douglas fir tree is, look it up on other videos on Mushroom Wonderland about tree ID. And this tree is a great mycorrhizal host for the lobster mushroom. This is a common plant associated with lobster mushrooms, the red huckleberry. I really do seem to find a lot of wild blackberry. These little vines have really prickly little thorns on them. But wherever I find lobster mushrooms, I often find a lot of this wild blackberry growing. This plant right here, another thorny one, this one produces these orange berries, and this is called salmonberry. Something else you might find while you're looking for lobsters, look at another type of rusula. This one, very purple cap, look at that. Oh, and a young baby. So these guys, Rusulas arampalina, these are the shrimp rusulas. So there's lobsters and there's shrimp. One way you can tell if this is okay to eat is you're gonna break a little tiny nibble off the edge of the cap and taste it. And if it's spicy on your tongue, then you know it's one of the acrid ones. And if it's mild, then it's good to eat. There's a lot of different species of rusula mushrooms. So these are related to the host of the lobster. But I believe these are the shrimp, but we could do a little test. Actually, this yellow patch is kind of concerning me. It's making me think that it might be one of the spicy acrid rusulas. There's only one way to find out. So I break a little piece off the edge of the cap, get them pine needles off, try a little nibble. You'll be able to tell after about 7 to 10 seconds if it starts to get spicy. If it starts getting spicy, then that's one of the ones that you don't want to eat. This one I chewed on for a good 15 seconds. Still have pieces of it in my mouth. No taste of spiciness at all. So this one is a safe rusula to eat. This test only works with this genus of mushrooms, the brittle gills, the rusulas. If you don't know what you're doing, you know, take care. But you can actually nibble and spit any mushroom, even the death cap. I know it sounds scary, but as long as you don't ingest a bunch of it, you're not even gonna feel any ill effects. And you can definitely touch any mushroom, but these ones, Rusula zarampolina, can be growing right alongside the lobsters. So we got lobsters and shrimps. Contrary to what you might think, you don't have to go way off in the mountains or into some old growth forest to find these mushrooms. They seem to prefer a medium age forest. Around here, that's probably like 40 to 100-year-old forest. And these trees have to be old enough and mature enough to host mushrooms, which is around 40 years old. So I don't know, trees that are 2 or 3 feet around are gonna be perfect size for habitat for lobster mushrooms. Mushrooms are weird, so even though it's been dry out, they don't care. Sometimes they just don't care. They're gonna find moisture in the soil, they're gonna do with it what they will. There's very little predicting. Every time I think I know something for sure about mushroom behavior, it proves me wrong. It's always kind of weird when I'm talking to my cell phone and somebody comes around the corner on the trail and I'm like, oh, hello there, just passing through. Sometimes areas like this where there's grass kind of growing alongside the trail and there's moss can be really good spots. Look right here. There's another. This one's pretty well gone to the bugs. You see, the half of it's buried, but right here, I see another one. Look at this. See that shrimp? Oh, there's quite a few bugs in there, but they'll get off. Ooh, look at that. She's a beauty, all right. Man, it is very fishy smelling. So, once all those bugs climb off, you're good. You better get out here before I pick all these. Dude, so that was awesome. We found a whole bunch of lobster mushrooms. We found some shrimp mushrooms. Really good day in the woods. Happy to see these mushrooms popping up here in the summer in the PNW. So thanks for joining. Make sure to hit subscribe and we'll see you on the next episode. Much love, everybody. Peace out.